In the first Miami Beach Bowl, American co-champion Memphis will take on BYU. The matchup should be a good one, and the setting of the bowl game couldn't be much better. The game will take place in Marlins Park, home of the Miami Marlins. The stadium has plenty of football history, though, as it sits on the location of the old Orange Bowl, former home of the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, and 5 Super Bowls. The Tigers and the Cougars have never played each other, but they have faced 3 common opponents in 2014. Both teams cruised past Middle Tennessee and UConn, the only difference being that Memphis fell to Houston in its only conference loss of the season. The Tigers with 5 turnovers in the 28-24 defeat. Bowl eligibility has been a long-awaited moment for this Memphis team. No current players have ever played in a bowl, and for Coach Justin Fuente, it will be his first time as the head coach in a postseason game. No doubt all the players are excited to head to Miami, but for 10 Tigers, it has to mean a little more, as they'll be returning to their home state of Florida. Hopefully a good chance to see some friends and family in the stands. It was only a few months ago that Memphis was flying under the radar. They were picked to finish 7th in the American in the preseason media poll. They had only won a total of 10 games in the previous 5 seasons, hadn't won a conference championship since 1971. The list goes on, main point being the odds weren't necessarily in their favor. They not only improved this season, but have done a 180 under the leadership of Fuente, the American Coach of the Year. The Tigers have a chance to reach a 10-win season, equaling their total wins in the 5 previous years. The big picture, if you play good defense and take care of the ball, it usually is a good formula, and that has been true for Memphis all season long. Heading the offense is sophomore quarterback Paxton Lynch, who has surpassed his season performance from 2013. 18 touchdowns in the air, 10 on the ground, setting a school record for most touchdowns responsible for in a season. He's been one of the most consistent American QBs, but especially heated up in the second half of the fall, throwing 9 touchdowns and not a single interception in the Tigers' current 6-game winning streak. Lynch hasn't gotten the job done alone, though. He had 4 solid receivers to turn to: Mose Frazier, Kewan Malone, Tevin Jones. They've all been guys to go to at the wideout position, while tight end Alan Cross was recognized by the league coaches as the best at his position. Brandon Hayes has led the ground game for the Tigers, 900 yards and 5 touchdowns so far this season. Jarvis Cooper balancing it out with over 70 carries this season as well. The key to the Tigers' balance has been the defense. Senior linebacker and American Defensive Player of the Year, Tank Jakes, has been vital. 83 tackles, 6 sacks, and 4 forced fumbles have set the tone for one of the most underrated defenses in the nation. Defensive back Bobby McCain added 4 interceptions, while Martin Affetti led a veteran defensive line. Memphis will need its defense to show up on December 22nd as they take on the high-scoring BYU Cougars. Back in August and September, people were talking about what the College Football Playoff Committee would do with an undefeated Cougars team. Taysom Hill was even in the conversation as a Heisman candidate. And after a 4-0 start, including an impressive 41-7 win at Texas in Week 2, those conversations started getting more serious. But then BYU was faced with some serious adversity when their star quarterback had to leave the Utah State game with a broken leg, ending his season and also ending the Cougars' time in the top 25. They would go on to lose that game 35-20 and also their number 18 national ranking. Senior Christian Stewart would be named Hill's replacement. His first 3 starts were all losses, but then Stewart found his rhythm, and the Cougars head to Miami on a 4-game winning streak. But there has been one standout in particular that has stepped up in Hill's absence. Not a quarterback, but Mitch Matthews doing what he can at the wide receiver position. He has hauled in 64 catches for 840 yards and 8 touchdowns this fall, and actually did some of his best work after the Cougars lost Hill. In BYU's 42-35 loss to Nevada in mid-October, Matthews had an insane game, 16 catches for 182 yards and 2 touchdowns. He suffered a concussion in their final game of the season, but should be ready to go in Miami. It should be a physical game defensively, so we'll have to wait and see the offenses battle this one out. You can catch the American co-champs against BYU in the Miami Beach Bowl. Again, that's December 22nd at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. For the American Digital Network, I'm Haley Outen.